is mentioned last. Relying on breakthroughs alone fails because it focuses the R&D efforts to narrowly, ignoring the possibilities of combining technologies. Here, answer, it is expensive or it cannot give answers to modern technological problems. This approach has been overused. It cannot create new products. It does not take in development in other fields. Any other, in any other place as he mentioned? What is the drawback of breakthrough? A singular breakthrough strategy is inadequate. Companies need to include both breakthrough and fusion approaches in their technology strategy. Relying on breakthroughs alone fails because it focuses the R&D efforts to narrowly, ignoring the possibilities of combining technologies. Yet many Western companies still rely almost exclusively on breakthrough approach. The reasons are complex. A distrust of outside innovations and not invented here, engineering and arrogance and aversion to sharing results, research results. So what is the option? It is expensive to innovate with this approach. It cannot give answers to modern technologies. Ignore the possibility of combining them. This approach has been overused. Third one, no. It cannot create new products, maybe. It does not take in development in other fields, not sure. 1, 2 or 4, answer. It cannot create new products or it is expensive to innovate with this approach. And it's talking about R&D. Relying on breakthrough alone because it focuses the R&D efforts to ignore possibilities of combining technology. Consider 4. Which of the following, according to the author, spending of money on research? According to the author, what is the correct way of spending money on research? Where is spending money on research? Where is it? First paragraph ending. The difference between success and failure is not how much a company spends on research and development, but how it approaches it. Spend more money on breakthrough, spend no more money, no, spend more money on technology fusion, spend no money on technology fusion research. Answer, none. Why do Western countries avoid technology fusion approach? At the end, yet many Western countries still almost exclusively on breakthrough approach. The reasons are complex. A distrust of outside innovations, maybe first one, and not invented here, engineering and arrogance and aversion to sharing results. Feeling that what one does alone is right, maybe arrogance, failure to share. Answer for all of the above. Double sentences containing single blanks and only one option is suitable in both the blanks. The dash doctrine of truth. The article doctrine. Here it is noun. We require adjective in the blank. Prognosis is nothing but a noun. It is not suitable. Some examination before testing is called prognosis. In medical they use. No. Pragmatic, practical, yes. Perceived doctrine, maybe. Perceived means, the way you receive or the way you think. Parched means dry. Dry doctrine, maybe or may not be. What is the last word? Plagiarism is a noun. Plagiarism means stealing ideas, stealing words, stealing storylines. Literary theft we can call plagiarism. In movies you must have seen, they have stolen our story, they have stolen our title, they fight because of title. So that is plagiarism. Plagiarism is noun, prognosis is noun. First one, fifth one is not suitable because in the blank we require adjective. Let's look at the second blank, second sentence. The parable means it's a story. The parable of the three rings is the epitome. Epitome means kind of example. It is the example of the pragmatic position, perceived position, parched dry position. No. Answer 2 or 3. The pragmatic means practical doctrine or perceived doctrine. Similarly, the parable of the three rings in the epitome of the pragmatic position or perceived position. Answer 2 or 3. Answer is 2. Pragmatic. A dash sample of doctors. Again, article A and sample. A sudden sample, an immediate, an actual. A random sample of doctors, a shocking sample of doctors. A dash sample of doctors from around the country were selected for the study. Maybe random. Sudden is about timing. Random means scattered from anywhere you like. Sudden, not sure. Sudden is related to time, suddenly. Let's look at the second one. GRBs appear seemingly at sudden, at random, at shocking in the universe, and rarely. Answer random, fourth one. I have attached a PDF file of my easy answer. Curriculum vitae. They have very good curriculum at that university. Answer is 5. Mom always dashed me for making a fuss. Fuss means a kind of issue, nonsense. Issue, nonsense, nuisance is called fuss. Mom always mocked. You know, mock means imitate. Imitating. So, mom always imitated me for making a fuss about the eye drops because I used to struggle. No. Chided. Chided means admonish or scold or give warning. Mandalinchadam. Exasperated means tired or disappointed. Ridiculed means criticized. Helana cheyadam. Criticize. So first one no. And mom always beaten grammatically. Fourth one is wrong. Beaten should not come. Bet should come. So answer can be 2, 3 or 5. Let's look at the second one. In its October monthly report, the bank once again dashed Eurozone governments for not working. Chided, maybe. Exasperated, no. Ridiculed, maybe. Answer 2, 5. 2 or 5. Answer is second one. Man is a hopeless enigma. Enigma means mystery. Stigma, do you know stigma? It is related to plants. Stigma, and one more stigma will be there. It's a kind of partiality. Man is a hopeless enigma to himself. Man is a hopeless stigma to himself, not sure. Man is a hopeless stamina. Stamina is related to physical strength. It cannot come. Prototype means new type. First time when you are creating, that is called a prototype. Suppose you are creating a software and you are testing it and it has been approved, that is a prototype. Man is a hopeless prototype to himself or hopeless example to himself, maybe, until he sees himself in the light of being a human with human failings. Second, the crowds of Epicureans were a standing enigma to the adherents of less populars. Adherent means follower here. Followers. Epicurean, do you know Epicurean? The people who enjoy physical pleasures. Physical pleasures. Eating, drinking, making merry, kana pina, enjoy karna. Those people are called Epicureans. So the crowds of Epicureans were a standing enigma to the followers of less popular sects. Or stigma, no. Stamina, no. They were a standing prototype, they were a standing example. Answer 1, 4 or 5. Man is a hopeless example to himself, enigma. Prototype, no. Prototype means first type. Answer 1 or 5. And if you, enigma means mystery. If you look at first one, man is a hopeless dash to himself. Tanaku tanu example, లేదా mystery. Until he sees himself in the light of being a human with human feelings. వేరే వాళ్ళు తప్పులు చేసినప్పుడు అప్పుడు అతనికి అర్థమవుతుంది అతను హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ అని చెప్పి అతను. సో ఆన్సర్ 1, 5. ఆన్సర్ 1, enigma. Rearrangement of sentences. That can it be the first sentence? No. The war which began on March 20th, 2003 had no legitimate basis. Legitimate basis means legal basis. ఏదైతే వార్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుందో అది లీగల్ బేసిస్ మీద స్టార్ట్ అవ్వలేదు. బీయింగ్ ఫౌండెడ్ ఆన్ మిస్లీడింగ్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఇట్ వాస్ స్టార్టెడ్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ మిస్లీడింగ్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఇఫ్ నాట్ డౌన్ రైట్ లైస్, లేదంటే అబద్ధాలతో స్టార్ట్ అయింది ఆ వార్. ఈస్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ సమ్ వార్ విచ్ స్టార్టెడ్ ఇన్ 2003. See, a 39-foot statue of Saddam Hussein in Baghdad's Al-Firdaus Square was brought down under the watch of American troops. It was an iconic moment. He was talking about some iconic moment. When that statue was brought down, Saddam Hussein's statue was there. These American troops, they have brought it down. They have collapsed it. They have destroyed it. And it was an iconic moment, he is saying. May not be first sentence. 15 years ago, April 9, a few weeks into the US-led invasion of Iraq. Maybe first sentence, but no. So first sentence can be D, C, B, C, D. And in the options, all are D. So what is the first sentence? D is the first sentence. 15 years ago on April 9, a few weeks into US-led invasion of Iraq. Now, what should come next? Can you guess what should come? In D, he is talking about 15 years ago, few weeks into the US-led invasion of Iraq. 15 years back, US invasion jarigindi Iraq lo. Can I pair after D, E? Can I pair E? But 1.5 decades later, the country is still, no. What can I add after D? C. A 39-foot statue of Saddam Hussein. Here for Americans it is plus point C. Here in C, Americans plus point because it is an iconic moment. Finally they won. In A, he is talking, let us look at A. That highlighted more than, which highlighted? That highlighted just more than just the end of the Baath's party decades long reign. మొత్తానికి అది ఎండ్ అయిపోయిందండి. ఆ పార్టీ చాలా రోజులు పరిపాలించిన పార్టీ ఎండ్ అయింది. విత్ ఇన్ ఎ మంత్ US President George W. Bush had declared mission accomplished in Iraq. We can pair A with what? Can we pair CA? Yes, we can pair CA because after bringing down the statue, then what happened? American troops, they mentioned it was iconic moment, it is a victory for them. Then Bush declared, we have completely accomplished mission. So CA, where is CA? Only third one or any other? First one is also there. Is it DCA? DCA and EB or DBCIE? What is the second sentence? If we get the second sentence, then we'll get the order. First one is D, second one. Second one, is it C or B? In C, he is talking about Baghdad, winning, bringing down the statue, and B, the war which began on March 20, 2003. March 20, 2003 had no legitimate. The war was no legitimate basis. It was based on misleading information. So, C should come or B should come? What is last sentence? But 1.5 decades later, the country is still fighting the ghosts of the destructive war. 1.5 decades aina gaani inka fight chestune undi. So E is last sentence or fourth sentence? Tell me. Then obviously third one is the answer. D, B, C, I, E. Answer third one. Devise a viable Kaveri scheme soon. Stop disruptive protests. The center cannot continue. Here is abruptly ending the sentence. Sentence cannot continue. Continue, the court's frustration was evident. No, you cannot bear with A. Continue for the center, it was no. Continue to evade. Yes. Center cannot continue. This was broad message. No. A, D can be paired. There is no other alternative after continue. Only 2 is the only possibility there. So where is AD? Answer fourth one. An absence of ground truths has meant that areas that look green, such as tea estates and commercial plantations, have been counted as forests. May or may not be. B. Environmentalists stress that it is difficult to believe that India's forest cover has become more dense in the last 2 years simply because this process takes much longer. It's talking about environmentalists and forests. For this we need a more rigorous integration of the forest policy with other existing environmental legislation and policy. This in turn will help decentralize information on forest. Can we pair BC? This process takes much longer antunadu. Adena, for this we need more rigorous integration of the forest policy with other environmental legislation policy. Can we pair BC? Yes, no, say something. Next point D. The point is that there is a need to create mechanisms to calculate our actual forest cover and natural wealth, and this should form the basis for a forest policy. ఇది కూడా కలపొచ్చు, అంటే బీసీ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ రావచ్చు, సి తర్వాత కూడా రావచ్చు డి. Crucially, the claim of new forests being created is questionable. In several consecutive forest reports, can I pair A? Yes, no. Only incomplete sentence is E. Rest of the sentences contain full stop and continuing. So rest of the sentence they end with full stop. They are complete sentences B, C, D. Only EA can be paired. Where is EA? First one and last one. So 1 or 5. EA BCD or EA BDC. BCD na BDC na tikavali. Below emannadu, again I am reading. Environmentalists stress that it is difficult to believe that India's forest power has become more dense in the last 2 years. అయితే ఎన్వైరన్మెంటలిస్ట్ ఏమని స్ట్రెస్ చేస్తున్నారు అంటే ఇండియన్ ఫారెస్ట్ కవర్ ఏదైతే ఉందో చాలా లెస్ డెన్స్ అయ్యింది. ఇట్ హాస్ బికమ్ మోర్ డెన్స్, అంటే పెరిగిపోయిందంటే డెన్సిటీ పెరిగిపోయిందంటే ఇన్ ద లాస్ట్ 2 years. ఇట్ ఈస్ డిఫికల్ట్ టు బిలీవ్. అది నమ్మడం అనేది డిఫికల్ట్ అనిపిస్తుంది అంటారు, అంటే ఫారెస్ట్ డెన్స్ అయింది 2 yearsలో. సింప్లీ బికాస్ ద ప్రాసెస్ టేక్స్ మచ్ లాంగర్. ఆ ప్రాసెస్ ఇమీడియట్గా చెప్పలేము, 2 years కంటే ఎక్కువ టైం పడుతుంది బీలో. And C, for this we need a more rigorous integration of the forest policy, other existing environmental legislation and policy. అయితే ఇది చేయాలి అంటే ఏం చేయాలి? మేబీ అది రీసెర్చ్ చేయాలి అంటే మోర్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ కావాలి. ఫారెస్ట్ పాలసీ, ఎన్వైరన్మెంటల్ లెజిస్లేషన్ పాలసీ, అండ్ దిస్ ఇన్ టర్న్ విల్ హెల్ప్ డిసెంట్రలైజేషన్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఫారెస్ట్. ఇవన్నీ కావాలి. అండ్ డి, ద పాయింట్ ఈస్ దట్ దెర్ ఈస్ అ నీడ్ టు క్రియేట్ మెకానిజమ్స్ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ అవర్ యాక్చువల్. పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే మనకి ఏం కావాలంటే మనం మెకానిజమ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. దేనికి? యాక్చువల్ ఫారెస్ట్ కవర్ని ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి, న్యాచురల్ వెల్త్ని ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి, అండ్ దిస్ షుడ్ ఫార్మ్ ద బేసిస్ ఫర్ పాలసీ. BCD or BDC? BCD. Answer is 1. I am the first to say that governments should not over-regulate. They are the ones who want to ensure that people's data are over-captured for them, but you cannot expect these companies to play God either. అయితే ఇక్కడ ఆథర్ చెప్తున్నాడు, I am the first to say. Governments over-regulate చేయకూడదంట, and they are the ones who want to ensure that people's data are over-captured. వాళ్ళే ఎన్షూర్ చేయాలి ఏమని పీపుల్ డేటా క్యాప్చర్ అయింది వాళ్ళ కోసం. అండ్ బట్ యూ కెనాట్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ దిస్ కంపెనీస్ టు ప్లే గాడ్ ఇదర్. డేటా ఉంది కాబట్టి గాడ్ లాగా ప్లే చేయొద్దు. మే ఆర్ మే నాట్ బి. వీ హ్యావ్ బీన్ డ్రాగింగ్ ఇన్ టు దిస్ ఎరీనా నాట్ బై చాయిస్ బట్ బై డిఫాల్ట్. వీ హ్యావ్ బీన్ రేజింగ్ దిస్ ఇష్యూ ఫర్ ఎ వైల్. ఏంటా ఇష్యూ? B should be paired with what? We have been dragged into this arena. ఈ ఏరియాలోకి తీసుకొచ్చాం ఎలా చాయిస్ ద్వారా కాదు, బై డిఫాల్ట్ వీ గాట్ ఇట్. వీ హ్యావ్ బీన్ రేజింగ్ దిస్ ఇష్యూ ఫర్ ఎ వైల్. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ ఇష్యూ? where 4 or 5 companies have complete monopoly of data and there is no regulation whatsoever. So can we pair BD? Yes, no. Problem enti ante 4 or 5 companies have monopoly of data and there is no regulation whatsoever. Where is BD? First one, second one, fourth one. And after ED, BDE, yeah, comma is also there, comma full stop. Where 4 or 5 companies have complete monopoly of data and there is no regulation whatsoever and which is problematic. Regulation ఏమి లేదు, monopolyగా 4 or 5 companiesలో దగ్గరనే data ఉంది and which is problematic. BDS. Answer is second one. Once I visited a friend in Delhi. When the morning papers came, he would take the puzzle page and start attacking the Sudoku with whichever pen or pencil at hand. ఓసారి ఢిల్లీకి వెళ్ళాలంటే నా ఫ్రెండ్ వాళ్ళ ఇంటికి, అక్కడ మార్నింగ్ పేపర్ రాగానే మా ఫ్రెండ్ ఏంటి పజిల్ పేపర్ తీసుకొని సుడోకు స్టార్ట్ చేసేవాడంట పెన్ ఆర్ పెన్సిల్తో. నెక్స్ట్, ఇట్స్ కామా. హిస్ యాటిట్యూడ్ కన్వేయింగ్ ఎ విక్టర్స్ కంటెంప్ట్ ఎట్ ద లూజర్స్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ దట్ హ్యాడ్ సెట్ ద పాసిబుల్. అది వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ ఉందా? హిస్ యాటిట్యూడ్ కన్వేయింగ్ ఎ విక్టర్స్ కంటెంప్ట్. కంటెంప్ట్ అంటే డిస్రెస్పెక్ట్. అతని యాటిట్యూడ్ ఎలా కనబడుతుంది అంటే విక్టర్కి రావాల్సిన డిస్రెస్పెక్ట్ వస్తుంది ఎవరి మీద? ఎట్ ద లూజర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ దట్ హ్యాడ్ సెట్ ద పజిల్. విత్ ఇన్ మినిట్స్ హీ వుడ్ బి డన్. ద ఎక్స్ట్రా డయాబలికల్ పజిల్ కిల్డ్ ఇన్ అన్ అగ్లీ స్ప్లాటర్ ఆఫ్ పెన్ మార్క్స్ స్కాటర్డ్ అవుట్ అండ్ ఓవర్ రైటింగ్. ఆ విత్ ఇన్ మినిట్స్లో ఫినిష్ చేసేవాడు. ఆ డయాబలికల్ పజిల్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అగ్లీ స్పాటర్ అంటే పెన్ మార్క్స్ లాగా పడేవన్నాడు, మొత్తం స్క్రాచింగ్ అవుట్ అండ్ ఓవర్ రైటింగ్. అయితే ఏ తర్వాత ఏదో రావాలి అండ్ తర్వాత సి వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ ఉంది. విత్ అ స్నిఫ్ ఓన్లీ బెంగాలీ మెన్ ఆఫ్ సర్టెన్ ఏజ్ కెన్ ప్రొడ్యూస్. యూ వుడ్ డ్రాప్ ద పేజ్ అండ్ మార్చ్ టు ద బాత్రూమ్. అయితే అమ్మయ్య అని హీ వుడ్ బ్రీత్, ఆ బ్రీతింగ్ తీసుకొని హీ వుడ్ మార్చ్ ద బాత్రూమ్. క్యాన్ వీ యాడ్ హియర్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఓవర్ రైటింగ్? CD. While drinking tea, talking on the phone, playing with his cat, screaming at some guy 3 floors below for parking 2 near his car. Where is CD? CD. Yeah, 1, 3, 4. Obviously A is the first sentence. So in all the 3 A is there. So after A what should come? B should come or A should B, E, C. After A what should come? B, E, C. What is the last sentence? But why did he give the comma? Whichever pen or pencil at hand. His attitude, no. While drinking tea, talking on phone, playing with his cat, screaming at some guy 3 floors below for parking 2 near his car. He would drop the page and march to the bathroom. His attitude conveying a victor's contempt at the loser program. After A, it is after A, C, within minutes he would be done. AC both are content wise, both are same. He would finish the puzzle. Later on with a sniff he would go to washroom, bathroom. Next, ACD, EB, or AE. Because here comma is given. If C we take, again C is the first starting sentence. Here he has given comma. Comma means we can take E also. Taking whichever pen or pencil, he started attacking Sudoku with pen or pencil at hand while drinking tea, talking on phone, playing with his cat, screaming at some guy 3 floors below and parking too near his car, and within minutes he would finish. Answer AE. Third one. How is the close test? The close test today is like general comprehension, and our today's comprehension size is like that of close test. Have you seen the passage size? Today's close test is bigger, like our regular comprehension, and today's comprehension is smaller, like our close test. Anyways, April 26 is World Intellectual Property Day, IP Day, April 26. Over the years, global IP dash have steadily expanded beyond World Trade Organization requirements. Global IP, assembly, no. Values have increased, maybe. Standards, morals, no. Mortal means related to death, deadly. Mortal means has death. Immortal means no death. Answer 2, 3, 4 la 1. According to WHO requirements, the standards, morals or values? Standards. The standards have expanded steadily beyond the WTO expectations, requirements, thanks to free trade agreements such as Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, which India is currently dash with its trading partners. India is fighting with its trading partners. Demonstrating, after demonstrating with is not needed, directly you can use. Assembling, maybe. Neglecting, after neglecting with is not needed. Negotiating with its trade partners, maybe. Answer 1, 3, 5. Which India is currently dash with its trading partners, fighting, assembling, negotiating. Trading partners, with trading partners means business partners. With business partners you always negotiate, bargain. Answer is negotiating. India is currently negotiating with its trading partners, but there is new cause for worry. Apart from increasing the scope of existing IP rights, there is a move to create new IP like rights. A case in point is data exclusivity over clinical trial data submitted by drug companies to the regulatory authorities for market approval, the grant of which could severely undermine access to medicines. The propensity to expand the universities of IP is not new. Business have demanded patent protection for the way they do business mode. Motorcycle manufacturers have got into dispute over the trademark on the exhaust sound of motorcycles, and animal activities have fought for copyright in a selfie taken by a monkey. IP in the modern world defies definition, transcends boundaries, and has become synonymous with the ascribing value to things that we don't fully understand. The issues of whether India should offer data exclusively, one of the key issues discussed in the RCEP, is tied to our understanding of what amounts to IP and whether we are obliged to protect it. Data exclusivity prevents drug dash from referring to. It prevents regulators, it prevents addict, it prevents conflict, it prevents usurping, it should be usurping, it prevents manufacturer, singular. Answer 1, 3, 5. It prevents regulators or conflict or manufacturer. It prevents regulators only from referring to or relying on data submitted by an originator company relating to drug safety and a dash. Drug safety and drug inefficient, wrong. We require noun. Inefficiency, okay. Efficacy, yes. Danger, negative meaning, no. Security, maybe. And last one. Adrenal, no. Adrenal is an adjective, we require noun. Adrenal is what? Adrenaline rush. Have you ever heard? Some kind of hormones will be there in the body. Whenever you do something thrilling, adrenaline rush will be there. Sometimes when you watch, 2020 match, last over, 1 over 24 runs, and adrenaline rush, the World Cup, and whenever you ride bike very fast, adrenaline rush. Excited feeling. Answer 2 or 4. Efficacy and security. Which one? Safety and security both same, so safety and efficacy. Efficacy means efficiency. While providing bioequivalent, where is that? Oh my God, 145 he is here. While providing bioequivalent versions of the same drug, that is theoretically equivalent generics and biosimilars for a fixed period of time. A drug that comes to the market for the first time undergoes extensive preclinical and clinical trials on animals initially and human beings later before it is introduced for public use. A time-consuming and expensive process. Developed countries on behalf of their pharmaceutical lobbies seek that exclusivity in developing countries, arguing that this is necessary to recognize and incentivize the efforts put in to bring a new drug to the market along with recovering the research and development costs incurred. Arguments similar to those used to justify a grant of patents. However, such exclusivity would prevent market entry of generic versions of the drug, which could be which would prevent market entry of generic versions, which could be dashed to the larger public interest. Why do they prevent market entry of generic drugs? Because of appealing. Appealing means attractive. No, appealing won't come. Hazardous, maybe. Beneficial, no. Why? If it is beneficial, they don't prevent, they encourage. Detrimental, yes. Acceptable? What is it? Acceptable? No. Answer 2, 4. Detrimental means harmful. Harmful in a regular manner. Hazardous, dangerous, one time. Hazardous means dangerous, one time. Detrimental, regular. Hazardous is dangerous, it cannot create harm also sometimes. Dangerous, but sometimes hazardous cannot create harm. If you watch a horror movie, sometimes it is hazardous, but it does not create any harm. But detrimental, it will definitely create harm. Detrimental to the larger public interest, pharmaceutical companies have been pushing for data exclusivity to prolong already existing and delay competition. Already existing monocytes. Monocytes are related to biology. Cells, biological cells. Monotony, monogamous. Monogamy same. It is related to single marriage. Single marriage is called monogamous or monogamy. Not related. Here he is not talking about marriage. And what is the last one? Monopoly. Answer 2 or 5. Monopoly or monotony? Monopoly means one person ruling. One person is the owner of everything. Monopoly. Monotonous means same, routine, regular. So, to prolong already existing monotony or already existing monopoly and delay competition. Monotony or monopoly? Already existing is saying, so already existing monotony. Already existing monotony and delay competition from generics even after the expiry of the 20-year patent term or to gain exclusivity on non-patented drugs. In India, such a system may negate the impact of Section 34 of the Patent Act, which disallows evergreening patents. With data exclusivity, a company could nevertheless gain exclusive rights over such drugs even though they are not patented. This is because during the period of exclusivity, regulators are barred from using the originator's data to grant marketing approval to generics. Generic companies would then be required to repeat the entire cycle of clinical trials already conducted instead of merely establishing bioequivalence to prove efficacy. As seen in countries where data exclusivity is granted, generic companies do not undertake such clinical trials and their versions of the drug accordingly stay off the market as long as the period of data exclusivity lasts. With restricted market entry of generics, artificially high drug prices remain, which puts medicine beyond public reach. Apart from financial costs, repeated clinical trials on human subjects raise ethical and moral concerns. Unlike in the West, India does not offer data exclusivity and allows bioequivalent generics to be registered based on, among other things, trial data available in the DAS domain. Trial data available in the personal domain? No. Public domain? Yes. Private domain? Public domain? Sorry, particular domain? Patriarch and a male head of a family. Male head is there means patriarch. Answer, which domain? Public domain. The argument that clinical trial data needs exclusivity in the light of the money expended in the untenable one. Automotive companies spend millions of dollars in data generated in car crash tests to ensure passengers and dash safety. Pedestrian safety, yes. Perennial means evergreen, continuous. Peripheral means outside, surface. And fourth one repeated, third, fourth repeated, peripheral. Last one. Parochial is related to, God, Egyptian gods. Answer is 1, pedestrian. Safety to the driver and the pedestrian. Automotive companies have not made any dash claim on the data. Propensity claim, no. Property claim, maybe. Proper claim, maybe. Proprietary claim, maybe. Propitious. Propitious means successful. So successful, good, propitious. Answer what? Propensity claim grammatically wrong. 2, 3, 4, 5. Answer. Proprietary claim. Yet, unlike automotive companies which use crash test dummies, pharmaceutical companies that they test their drugs on human subjects have greater obligation to make the data public and IP free. The agreement on trade related aspects of intellectual property rights does not mandate data exclusivity. Providing data exclusivity is a TRIPS plus measure. According to IP-like protection to data exclusivity is not advisable for 3 reasons. First, it is an absolute protection granted without any institutional checks such as opposition and revocation as available in other forms of IP and ends up as an irrevocable exclusivity to the originator. Second, the US Supreme Court in Mayer v. Prometheus 13-2 CT 289 2012 has excluded dash protection to biological correlations. Has excluded patient protection. Petulant means bad-tempered, short-tempered. This is not suitable. Petal is related to flower petals. No. Next one, party. Pertinent means related, relevant. Pertinent production, patent production, patient production. 1, 2, 5. Answer. Second one, patent. Let's get into the next section. Actually, this is supposed to appear in your reasoning, I believe. Is it related to reasoning? Generally, word analogy. Is it word analogy? Arboretum plants. Arboretum is nothing but a kind of garden where plants are available. So, in garden, plants are there. In menagerie, animals are there. Maybe, may not be. In field, grass will be there. Crops will also be there. In botany, plants won't be there, subject will be there. Grotesque means ugly. In ugly, jokes won't be there. Answer 1 or 2 or 5. 1, 2, 5. Answer is 1. Menagerie is nothing but a kind of place where animals are kept for exhibition. Answer 1. Like a zoo park. Diabetes is a disease. Blood is a heart? No. Pen is a tool? Maybe. Sorcery is related to spirits. Sorcery is related to spirits. Black magic. Occult sciences. Novel is a prose? No. Answer. Second one, pen is a tool. Diabetes is called disease. Pen is a tool. Pen is called tool, a kind of tool. Blood is art. Novel is prose. Novel is in the form of prose. Novel is not in the form of poetry. Novel is in the form of prose. Novel is prose? No. Pen is a tool? Okay. Chronometer, hygrometer. Chron means time, it talks about time. And ergometer talks about physical workouts. So, sequence energy, color voltage, time work, revolution illumination. Answer is third one, time work. Beer is made of barley. Beer is made of barley. Connection is that. Whiskey is made of corn. Drinking people, whiskey is made of corn or not? Yes, sir? Bourbon is made of hops. Bourbon is made of chocolate. Bread is made of yeast. No, bread is made of flour. Vodka is made of grapes. Yes, huh? Beer is made of grapes. Beer is made of grapes. Answer one or her? Answer one. Fusty, musty, both are almost synonyms. Both are synonyms, which means bad smell. Fetish means looking ugly. Aversion means hate. Ugly hate. Bias, disinterested. Bias, unbiased. Disinterested means impartial, unbiased. Second one, no. Noisome, fetid, same meaning. Noisome, fetid, bad smell. Predisposition, fairness, no. Answer is third one. Noisome, fetid. Odd man out. Soft drink concentrates are always preferred by children. Apart from quenching thirst, coconut water is good for health. In first is talking about soft drink. The second is talking about coconut water. Third, some people they say that Limca is soft drink. Fourth one, Coke and Pepsi are again soft drink. Thumbs up, soft drink. Answer. Second one, all are carbonated water and only coconut is a natural water. Dasara is celebrated with a lot of fervor, particularly in Bengal. Dasara. People irrespective of their age rejoice. Diwali, same. Valentine's Day, not sure. Sankranti festival, same. Holi festival, all are festival. Third one is not. Valentine's Day. Why? Who asked why? Third one, huh? No, somebody asked why, sir, why is Valentine's Day not festival? Because there is no God and all do not celebrate, only few people. That too they celebrate in fear. If anybody comes with that, Mangal Sutra and demand them to tie means again there's a problem. Mars is a planet on which scientists, Earth derives its light from sun. Jupiter planet, the planet nearest to Earth is Venus. A rainbow? No. Rainbow is not related to planets, it is related to Earth, a part of Earth. Astronomy is one of the ancient sciences. Paleontology is study of geological past. Archaeology and history. Moon is a satellite? No. Psychology. All are related to studies except moon. Moon is talking about satellites. Shakespeare was a famous exponent of sonnet. Shakespeare's sonnet. Paradise Lost is a book. It is related to a good epic in English literature, maybe. Ode. Ode is written in elevated form. So, sonnet is a kind of, it appears like a song and a poetry. And here, Paradise Lost, a kind of big book. Ode is written in elevated style. He is talking about different formats of writing. Practical criticism is sometimes distinguished into impressionistic criticism. He is talking about negative criticism. William Wordsworth is a nature poet. Answer for why? Only 4. Done? Okay. Thank you for your participation.